just dropped the ash. It was beautiful. I am smoking, sorry, Mel Harris, Garbagemanpiper, coming to you from the studio, my patio. I'm smoking the Black Works Studio Killer Bee, the Swarm. Now you can't tell, but in my earlier video from Watch City Cigars, I talk about it and say I'm gonna chooch it, and I am chooching it. And I thought, what the heck? I pretty much am halfway through the review. I've already burned a third. Let's get it. So let me tell you a little bit about this cigar. I am in the middle of rating it. It actually, when I bought it, it said 5 by 48 on the Watch City Cigar site. The actual cigar says 46. So let's start with the wrapper. The wrapper is actually a Cameroon, which is what caught my eye, and I didn't remember that when I opened the package. But the wrapper is Cameroon, and it's accented by a Maduro and Candilla. Candilla? Yeah, Candilla, which is that greenish kind of wrapper. So we've got us a wrapper of Cameroon accented by Maduro and Candela tobaccos. The filler in it must be long filler, because that thing was out like this, and then when I hit it to turn on the camera, it dropped. But it's a Nicaraguan filler, and it is a Nicaraguan binder. And I really seem to like the Nicaraguan tobaccos coming out of Vistelli. So enjoying it. So we gave this, as far as the wrapper goes, you can give it a 5. It's a little bit gnarly, a little two-toned. I gave it a 4 out of 5 on the wrapper. No real issues. There's a little bleach mark on it. I don't know if that's because there's a hole and you can see the candela. Not sure. So on the band, I gave it a 4. I thought that was pretty cool to, I don't think you can see because of the light. I've got a light out here, like a floodlight out here, so I can see what I'm doing. But I showed it in my earlier video. Cool looking bee in gold embossed. It says Killer Bee on it with a honeycomb on it. And the whole band, the backdrop on it is in a honeycomb. So too cool. I gave that a 4 out of 4 on the band. A 3 out of 3 on firmness. It was just Goldilocks on the firmness, and the oils, you can just see them. Very nice. 3 out of 3 on the oils. So out of 15, we gave it a 14, which is a -1. Smoking characteristics. Again, I've said this before in ratings. Sorry about the rocking. It's what I do when I get out here in this rocker. As far as the smoking characteristics, that can kill a cigar. It can take a cigar that probably should be in the mid-90s, low 90s into the 80s just because it burns wonky. And there's a lot of different things that can cause that. The humidity of the cigar, temperature outside, breeze, the pace that I'm smoking it at. But this cigar, up until the time the ash dropped, it was burning even. And I've got a fan oscillating here every now and then. Other than that, it's calm outside. We gave on the light 5 out of 5, lit right up. On the burn, I've not yet touched it. which is huge for rating. And I think the conditions are just good for it. So through the first third, we had no touch-ups at all. It's burning a little wonky right now there, but I think it's going to correct itself. On the draw, Goldilocks on the draw. So for the first third, we're going to hold off because I want to see how it burns through the second and third. And every time I have to touch up a cigar, I take 1 point away. So if I got to touch it up 3 times, I'm going to give it a 7. In other words, a -3. A very nice flavor, consistency, melding the wrapper, the Cameroon with the Maduro and the Candela. It's just a nice cigar. So I was getting in the first third a spicy note, and I don't mean white or black pepper. I'm talking chili pepper spice on the tip of my tongue, and the retro hell was amazing. I mean, it was like you were snorting red pepper, chili pepper. It was delicious. I enjoyed that. So pretty much from the flavors go, in my book, I've found that leathery note. This is a little bit smoother on the leather note. Just a very smooth. Now in the second third, I don't have that spice as much on the retro hell. So enjoying that. As far as smoothness goes, up through the first third, just smokes really smooth. It was hidden a little bit in the spice, but just really nice, really nice. I'm just making a mental note of the pricing as I remember on it. So we'll see if it continues to be smooth, if the flavors, the quality of the flavors are good. I don't see that changing. I'm going to give it an 8, which is only 1 hit. And then as far as consistency, we'll see how that goes throughout the cigar. Quality of the blend, we'll follow up on the third as far as that goes. One of the things I like about Cameroon wrappers is the mouthfeel, that wrapper flavor. This is interesting, and it may be the Candela in it, but this has a really nice savory note that I normally get from a Cameroon, but there's a sweet aftertaste in your mouth, and that's really delicious, and it kind of just sits on your tongue as well. So I'm enjoying that. Speed of the burn is magic. This thing, I don't know, I've probably been smoking it. It's probably 20 to 25 minutes. And I'm burning into the second third now. So the speed of burn that I like, I don't like sitting out here for a 2-hour cigar. Hour and a half, I start losing it a little bit. So my sweet spot's about 1 hour and 15. This being kind of my wheelhouse is a Robusto. I like a Robusto about 5.5, no bigger than 6. But a 5x50 46 is really nice. And I mean, it's not at $10. It's kind of a middle ground. It's a nice middle ground. And we'll answer the question at the end. You know the question. So the finish isn't necessarily the end of this cigar. The finish is that mouthfeel that you get when you've been smoking it. Where's that smoke at on your tongue, on your lips? So we'll continue to watch that. And I'll be back after a bit. I am pairing it with a Dr. Pepper, which is normal for me. I normally get a nick hit on something. I didn't get whether, my bet it's kind of a medium. Probably there's not enough Maduro in it probably to affect it. So probably more like a medium as far as what I'm gathering. Now, at lunch today, and I'm burning time, so I'm going to make this quick. At lunch today, I smoked the Lega Privada number 9. Dang. I'll be doing a review on that. I've already rated it. What an amazing cigar. I was reached out to Crosby's Corner, Jeff, and asked him what his 2 favorite cigars were. He said the Davidoff number 2 Grand Cru and the Lega Privada number 9. So I grabbed those and have been trying them, and he's bang on. Those are sweet chicken cigars for sure. So here before long, we'll do a rating. We'll review the rating as I'm smoking through the cigar. So I'll be back after a bit as I get down to the band or past, and we'll just see how it's rolling. Okay, we're back. We're in the third. Haven't touched it up at all. The second, third ash I dropped in here in my little, I have a little ashtray. This is actually spice, an old heavy glass where you would pinch salt, pepper, or whatever for your food. I use it as a first, second, and third ash so that I can look at it. But that was the second, third ash, and it burned really, really nice. So it's continuing to just burn well. Just as a brief review, so on the presentation, out of 15, I gave 14 minus 1. On the smoking characteristics, which to me is what makes or breaks this cigar, on the rating side, the light 5 out of 5, the burn 10 out of 10, and the draw 8 out of 8. So as far as the characteristics, this cigar is a pleasure to smoke. No fighting with it. I got stuff falling out of the book. No fighting with it. You know, which some nights you just don't want to fight with a cigar. Some nights you just fight with them, even though they taste good. The smoke's just not as enjoyable. This one's doing very well. So a 23 out of 23, no hits. As far as the flavor goes, consistency-wise, I was hoping for more consistency. I was hoping to have a little bit of more of that spice I liked in the first third. It went away in the second third, and it's almost faintly, if there at all. It's almost like the third, it just took a vacation. The flavors are muted. It's become kind of bland. Actually somewhat disappointed in the third, halfway through the second and third as far as consistency. I gave it a 7. I could have easily given that a 5 or a 6. So we got a -2 hits on consistency. Flavor quality, well, the first third was really nice. I thought, wow, this is going to be a really nice cigar. I want to rate this thing with you guys, and it just fell off. I'm gonna basically go flavor qualities. Out of 9, I'm actually going to go 6 on it. Really, the best part of it, and I could go less than that, but the best part was the first third. So that's a -3. And smoothness stayed at an 8. So that's a -5. So out of 26, we ended up with a 21. The overall impression is a 36. The quality of the blend, see, almost even the mouthfeel, that sweet and savory has kind of turned to just bland. I really wish I would have purged this cigar when it hit the band, and frankly, I got sidetracked. It will be interesting when I smoke it the next time. If purging it at the band will help bring back some of those flavors. It's too close now. I'd burn all the what hair I have on my eyebrows off. It's just smoke for the most part. So quality of blend, 10 out of 12. Could have hit it there. Flavor progression went downhill. I could have hit it there. I did 5 out of 8. The finish, the mouthfeel, I'm actually, now that I'm in the third, I'm going to go with a 4 out of 6 there, which is a -2. And for me, this really has, the third has changed this whole rating for me. So I gave it a 4. I'm sorry. The finish, the mouthfeel, 4 out of 6. And the speed of the burn, still a 5. My speed, I just love the speed that it's burning. And the price, I actually put the price at a 5. And it will be interesting to see if purging the cigar at the band will bring back some of those qualities. So I can't wait to smoke the next one, knowing what I want to do to it. And I'm going to make a note of that, to purge the cigar at the band, just to see if it makes a difference in the third. So a cigar that cost you $10 to $11, if I could get what I liked the first third and a half of the second third, I would say, yeah, this is a well-priced cigar. Knowing what I know, and I went into a brick and mortar, which you won't find it probably in there. I don't know. I got really turned off, and now I'm going to need to smoke the next one and purge it, just to see if it brings back the quality. So disappointed, yes. Disappointed in half of the second third, and in the third for sure. My rating on this is, let's see, a 1, 8, 5, 13. We're at an 87. I originally finished the rating just as we were getting into the third. I had it at a 91, but it couldn't hold. So that is what it is. I know what I'd like to do when I smoke the next one. So there you go, an 87, which isn't a bad rating really for a cigar. Anything over an 85 is just magic, you know. Would I buy a box of these? No, I would not. I don't think I should have to work so hard to keep the flavors in the cigar. That's the cigar's job. So I wouldn't buy a box. I'm glad I bought 3. I'm glad I've got a second one to smoke, to look and see if it changes any of these profiles, and that could change my mind. But As far as the rating, an 87 out of 100. I did not really look at any reviews to see what anybody else had rated it, but there you go. The Blackwork Studio Killer Bee The Swarm, bought at Watch City Cigars. Mel Harris, Garbagemanpiper saying, sweet chicken, baby, y'all be safe.